the state's governor, Mary Fallin. Governor, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Dave.
Let's turn to, you had no notification of any kind from anyone in the federal government that this was going to happen?
Well, we heard through back channels over a month ago that we were going to be receiving children at Fort Sill. We received about 1,200 initially, and I think we've received maybe up to 1,800. I've asked for a count of the number of children that have been placed there, and actually they've been 12 to 17-year-old youth that have been placed there, but I can't get an accurate count of the children. I've asked where they're from. I can't get the names of the countries that they're from. I've even heard that there have been children there from India, not only El Salvador and the other countries in Central America, but other countries. And then I've asked, where are the children gone, who they've been placed with. I've been told there have been 212 children that have been placed in Oklahoma with either sponsors or a relative of some sort. So I'm asking, why the secrecy? Give us the information. And then I just heard through back channels a couple of days ago that they've extended the contract at Fort Sill, even though just a week ago, last Tuesday, when I was on a call with the Health and Human Services Secretary, that they would give us more information, but yet here they've extended the contract, and I read it in the paper this morning.
Some of your congressmen have tried to get in. Subsequently, at least one of them did. We have heard all sorts of stories, not only from Fort Sill, but from various other bases around the country, in which state authorities, state government has no role, apparently, in finding out about the welfare of these children. Yet the Child Protective Services, the child welfare services across this nation are state-run and local agencies. How in the world are we to be confident that those children are being cared for properly, that sponsors are appropriate, and that there is follow-up to make certain that these people are not just after the $7,000 a month that the federal government is paying them to take on one of these children?
Well, that's the point. Why the secrecy? What is the end game, and what are we trying to accomplish with this? And give us the information. As the governor of the state of Oklahoma and other governors across the nation that also have these migrant children in their states, we need to know what's going on. They're going to be going to our schools. They're going to be entering into society, entering into families. How do we know these families are going to be the right families or the sponsors? I mean, we've been told that some of the families are here legally, some of them are here illegally. We just can't get any information, and we think we have the right to know. It's our taxpayers. They're going to be picking up the tab when they go to our public schools, and if the families that they're going to or their sponsors are going to don't have health care, then they're going to show up at our emergency rooms and our health care facilities. And in fact, right after we received our first batch of migrant children that came to Oklahoma, I did take my Health and Human Services Secretary to make sure they were properly taken care of, receiving the help they needed, that they were safe and secure and had appropriate sleeping facilities. But, I saw what they wanted me to see.
Well, let me ask you this. What can you do about it? What can the citizens of Oklahoma do about it? What can any governor, any citizens of any state in this country do about a president who's decided to bring in an endless, apparently there is no end in sight, an endless stream of minor illegal immigrants and place them wherever this president chooses, anywhere, of course, but Washington, D.C., or perhaps Beverly Hills, or Westchester County, New York, whatever the country. They're being placed in places that are not affluent and in which there is seemingly a little interest in stopping this practice. Your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, the president is responsible for this crisis that we have, and it is a humanitarian crisis that's very dangerous for these children, for these young teenagers that are coming across the border illegally, and also for the adults that are coming across. It's not only children, but there are also adults that are doing it, and they're flooding across into the United States because we sent a message through President Obama that if you want to come to the United States, you can come across. We're going to give you food, shelter, housing, health care, no questions asked. You can just go out into the United States and disappear, and you're here. So it's his crisis. He created it. He sent the signal. But what we can do is we can demand accountability from the president. We can keep the pressure up. I've started an online petition in the state of Oklahoma. I have now over 4,000 people who have signed up saying no amnesty. close the facility, enforce the laws. We have laws on the books in the United States. We have the United States Constitution. Uphold the laws of our nation, enforce the Constitution. You know, if people want to immigrate to the United States, they can do that. We have a way for people to do that. America has been strong because of the immigrants that have come to the United States legally. We support that. And we certainly want to take care of the migrant children that are here and make sure they're safe, but we also have to enforce the laws of our nation.
Governor, do you think it's occurring to most people that this is now a government that is now truly a president who is ruling by fiat? He is more a ruler than a president. He's accountable not to Congress. He's not accountable to the American people. He's not accountable to courts. He's not accountable to states. Why is there even a residual of confidence on anyone's part that this president can be stopped? Because I don't see anyone succeeding in doing so.
Well, I think he's going to do what he wants to do, and you know it's very disappointing that things aren't happening in Congress. Congress is getting ready to go on their August recess. I know there's a huge disagreement between the Republicans and the Democrats, the House and the Senate. They're scheduled to leave on Friday, and it's very disappointing. Who knows whether they're getting anything done or not? Everybody's sabotaging everything in Washington, D.C., and that's why the American people are losing confidence in Congress, losing confidence in the president, losing confidence in the form of American government.
All due respect, they've lost confidence in this president more than 70%. Absolutely oppose the way he's handling it. Governor, it's great to have you here. Thanks for being with
Thank
Governor
you.